What is going on, everybody? It is Monday. I am ready for the trading week here. We got a big red day. Nvidia, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I guess came out with some kind of news. Pretty sure it's not earnings. I guess they just cut their guidance, and we're just trading off of that. But I mean, we dropped almost, a little more than 20 points here. Really, it's just bringing the entire market down with it. The SPY. I mean, everything was actually looking pretty bullish here. We were getting ready to start holding these levels. Then now all of a sudden we just lost everything here. So it's definitely shaping up to be a pretty interesting morning. A lot of stocks looked really good for longs, and now they're just not. So kind of the same deal for the past 2 weeks here. We keep seeing these failed breakouts higher, and then all of a sudden we finally see the breakout higher. And here we are again, and we're failing. So I just don't know how to really play it. So I'm not really thinking of any long-term trades at the moment. Rather just more intraday, day trade, scalps, whatever. And we'll just have to go from there. So definitely trying to be a little more patient. At least for today anyway. No bias, no hard set in stone trade ideas yet. Just have to see what develops in front of me. So this week, I really want to be working on these main things here, so I just want to read through it for myself here. So I need to re-enter on valid setups, need to respect my stop loss levels, no sense in changing them. Do not exit a stop loss right in front, or do not exit a loss in front of my stop loss. Doesn't make any sense. Failed move is a warning sign. Get out, get back in, under or over the recent high or low. Cut your losses faster. Only on a few occasions does a loss of mine need to go all the way to the stop loss. There's been plenty of trades that I've been in that from my point of entry, I expect a move to happen right then and there, and more often than not, if that move doesn't happen, I need to just get out of the trade. The stats show it, charts show it, it's just the way it is, and no bias. Trade what you see, not what you think, want, or expect. So we are open here on Nvidia. My platform is pretty laggy. So Nvidia's setting up for that gap and go trap trader situation, so we're kind of breaking out higher above that range and immediately got stuff back underneath. Already looks like it's getting ready to break underneath, and there it goes. Platform's getting really slow right now. I can only imagine it's because Time and Sales is trying to print literally millions of transactions right now. SPY's down pretty big. It's opening at some trend lines, so there might be some support around here. But can very easily just lose this. Don't really know what I'm looking for here on Nvidia. I don't think I am looking for anything. SPY's making another drop here. I mean, Nvidia's brought down the entire semiconductor market. So MU, AMD, everything is just mega red right now. There's a hidden buyer there at 137. Not anymore. Looks like we're geared up for another leg down, maybe. Look at that. Every 10 cents. Look at that. What is that? Somebody was just buying a ton of shares. What in the world? Wow. Well, whoever's buying that much is definitely underwater. really not seeing anything to trade off of right now. I mean, it's approaching 133. It's a pretty big daily level. Going from way back when. Might come into play here. Bunch of buyers there. Taking under. No. I mean, ultimately, it's got probably until 120. This one here, 127.70. Alright, well, SPY's still dropping too. Wow, this is some crazy volume. That is massive. Alright, one more minute. We got opening range plays. Everything looks ugly. Okay, it's actually setting up kind of nice here. Got 121 as the next spot. $500 seems like way too much. Risking about 80 cents. So I mean 150 is probably as big as I can get here. Man, it's already so overextended though, you know, like how much farther can this thing really go? Yeah, I think because of that I'm not going to take as big a size. Alright, I'm going to go for this. It's a good looking pattern, but the contact isn't that great. Let's see what happens. Oh, yeah, I did something different here. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I completely got rid of my P&L stuff. There's no more P&L to be seen. 50 here. Definitely a hidden buyer. I'm in at 40. Looking for $1.50 here. That's not true. I'm looking for 80 cents, not $1.50. My stop loss is about 90. It's about 90 cents. So we need to see under 125 for sure. Pretty decent move here. Got underneath 125. Seeing some buy-in. Kind of struggling here. It's a really nice move though to start. A little more. Do more. Alright, into the 80s, I'll take it. Yeah, saw a buyer start stepping up there. Leave 20. Obviously 20 is not going to do too much, but I will leave it, see what we can do. The video is breaking down even further. I was looking at Baba, but Cat just set up better. Ultimately need to see 125 or 50 here hold. Baba's actually failing. Nvidia's not. Nvidia's still moving lower. I'm gonna watch Cat. It actually kind of sucks because with my P&L I was able to kind of judge where it's at. So now I'm just gonna have to keep an eye on it. But Baba came back. It actually set up really nice. Broke out higher from the range. Completely failed. Came back underneath. Come back for a little retest here. It's just kind of wicky. It's really not that special. All right, Cat is coming back. Could be setting up for a VWAP play here. there's one. See if it does it again. And so far that's a pretty hefty bounce. That was a one tap and done. If it gets up there again and fails though, I'm definitely looking to take some here. I can probably get at least 200 shares too. See what it wants to do. Yeah, if it goes without me, then it just goes without me. Was that new low day? That was a new low day. Wow. Yeah, that was a one tap and done. Still pretty good volume. I'm gonna hold this. Apple is setting up for a really nice little fake range push here if it wants to. Oh, SPY just lost it. SPY just dropped down pretty hard there. It hasn't broke. Oh, well, let's get ready to. If it breaks under this range, then the trade's not the same. Because now, yeah, it just broke. Now it's turning into a failed breakdown lower, which I obviously don't want to trade off of Nvidia. Nvidia's kind of holding. I don't know. I think I need to watch it develop a little more still. Could give me a failed break higher to take back under, but the problem is we're pretty far away from VWAP right now. We're just kind of stepping up a little bit right now. I've got something going on down here. Volume grew on that little push there. Again, it's just so far away. Either way, hidden buyer play is a hidden buyer play. I think I saw him. If I keep going sideways here and it keeps failing to make a new high, it could definitely be a solid trade here. Yeah, especially if it fails this. Pretty big pop though. SPY is pulling up to VWAP. And failing. Video's slowly creeping down. Apple is coming back here. Looks like Netflix is kind of bullish for the second. So let's see. Apple failed breaking out higher, failed breaking lower. Well, we're back at this level here, this 155. Looks like there's a hidden seller or something here. Line is right on top of price here. I really wanted to see that push. Alright, cat's getting pretty close to being done here. If cat breaks above this candle here, I'm out. Only 20 shares. And if it doesn't break it, then I'm getting out on a new low a day push here. As it just starts looking like it's gonna bottom out here. Spy's pulling up. It's looking like it's getting ready here. Yeah, cat's just kind of going sideways. I think it's getting ready to come back. That'll do it for that trade. God, I feel at 98. Yeah, I guess the rest of the shorts thought the same thing too. Alright, Netflix came back to VWAP. Pretty low volume. Squeezed above. I don't know. Yeah, it's quick squeeze. Apple's still going sideways here. Let's try this. Alt, click. Oh, that is nice. Alright, so that's a failed breakdown attempt there. And Spy's pulling up here. This could actually be a better long. But I don't like the idea of fighting everything here. Again, it's trying to move lower. Tesla could actually set up for another good short opportunity coming up. Put it at 50 to start with. I don't know where it's actually going to be. Spy's getting ready to turn down here. Might get ready for another leg. See, 200 means I can lose 50 cents. 50 cents for a $100 loss. Depending on what we do here. Well, Apple did curl up, Baba's curling lower, Netflix is kind of failing, Nvidia's curling up, Facebook like it's getting ready to drop again. It's just so far from view. Yeah, everything's getting ready to drop right here. Everything's just kind of ticking down. kind of a weird spot. SPY's making a bunch of hammer candles here underneath VWAP. Like it's really trying to go higher. It just seems to not be able to do it. You see the ask is just dropping. Yeah, I was debating getting just small size starter on it, because this is exactly what I'm talking about whenever I'm telling myself, you know, if it looks like it's getting ready to leave without me, without coming back for another entry, it's still not a bad trade. Ticked above the range, came back underneath, really low volume, not finding any strength. But now the problem is it's not dropping. Cat just came back to VWAP here. Came back, bumped it up twice. Yeah, SPY is just dropping. Oh yeah, things are dropping right now. Yeah, SPY's really dropping here. Yeah, Tesla lost it. Cat can't seem to get under that 125. I'm about to close this next candle here, and it looks like the moving average is starting to curl underneath. We'll see where they open. Yeah, it's pretty much right on top of everything. There could still be a good spot here. I'm going to go for this if it gets underneath. And if not, then I can still look for an entry back up above for maybe something lower. Stop loss will be right at 50. Wow, things are just losing it right now. Everything besides NVIDIA. NVIDIA's pulling up, actually. Don't really know what I want to see right now, because the moving averages are under, which is usually a problem. But we came up, we're starting to slow down up here. It is like we're getting weaker. I mean, could still definitely be a solid play here. Just have to wait and see. Okay, I'm actually increasing my size here. I'm gonna take half of this for the buyer-seller scalp, and then the rest for just the S&B play. So looking for an immediate drop if we lose underneath 125. The other possibility is it might be a good long for a big short squeeze. guess we will see coming up. There's 50. And there it goes. So if it fails here, which it really kind of looks like it is, yeah, it's not squeezing or nothing. Facebook's dropping again. No, it's just kind of getting stuck sideways here. I think I'm just gonna have to wait and see what happens. So Cat's entering a pretty interesting spot here. It just came down to view app, and previous resistance, will it become support? I don't know, but I am wanting to watch and wait and find out a little bit here. It's just a good spot for a long, so we got 30. Hopefully we can hold here, because I do like it for a long if it wants to act like it. Hello 31, is it right here? See, it's 70, I can get back in for 40 cents. What is that, 250? SPY just failed to break down here, and it's coming back, and Cat looks like it's gonna hold here, so this is pretty good. I'm gonna go for this. Stop will be underneath. I did put my positions window back up because just not having this here, I don't need to see really anything besides this, because this just lets me know that I'm in a position. Looking for this 126.45. Come on, man. No pullbacks. Need to see more. So now we gotta get above 77, so we need to see the 80s to really get out of this. SPY might be finally breaking its downtrend here, if it can get above VWAP. Alright, we're seeing some order flow coming in here. SPY did just break above VWAP here. Let's see how Cat reacts. Not great. Alright, getting out here. Going to have a stop in at 77 to get back in this if it does want to pull up, because we should have been making a move and we just aren't making any moves right now. See, it's giving me a new stop loss, so it's big out. Yeah, I'll have to go 300 then. Yeah, it just looks ugly now. It just looks like it completely failed to hold us. Might be getting ready to drop. Yeah. So is it a good short now again? Don't know. We'll have to come back to it. So Netflix is in kind of a weird spot right here. The SPY's actually downturning. So I don't want to see a breakdown here. I want to see a failed push higher, but we might not get that at all. I want to see something break up above, probably into the 80s, before I want to get involved. But it's not a bad looking setup. I mean, it's around a whole number. Definitely looking weaker than strong. I think best case scenario, I can get filled at 50 and get about 200 shares. So let's move way up. SPY actually completely faked everybody out here. It turned down away from VWAP, but it got bought back up pretty quickly. So that's it might actually want to get VWAP now. By the way, I'm still looking for the same thing here on Netflix. Very interesting though. These pull-ups, pretty strong each time it gets up there. And the downturn's kind of sideways, a little bit about the same, and now we're getting weaker. So this might actually be a better long back to VWAP here. Plus, obviously, whatever's at 330 holding this thing up. I'll have to watch. Just waiting on a trap. Because now, since it's given me a failed breakdown here with that hidden buyer, it just doesn't look that great for a short until it tells me it doesn't want to go higher. But I mean, if it breaks under this 330, it could definitely be a solid move. I think I just want to see the trap more because the SPY at the same time is also pretty bullish, and if it does recover VWAP, like it's doing right now, plus tick chart's looking pretty green, might just be a solid long here. Might as well bring this down because depending on what the SPY does here, I feel like Netflix is going to end up doing the same thing. I could have gotten a really nice long position down there by 330, risking very little just for the breakout here. And this is it. What's going to happen? Oh, come on, I need to see the 70s at least. Because this isn't anything, this is just kind of like a reset again. Okay. Well, I definitely don't like it for a short anymore. Come on. I think the spy's actually, yeah, the spy's getting ready to take off. Yeah, I guess it was a good long. Maybe I should have gone for that. I don't know. I guess, I even had the signs. The failed breakdown here, failed breakdown here, somewhat of a failed breakdown here. Hidden buyer still there. I mean, I had a lot of things in my favor for a long. Just being underneath VWAP. Plus, I mean, ultimately bearish from any point of view until just a couple minutes ago. But, that was the turning point, and I mean, that just made for a really good trade. So, I guess something to watch out for next time. Alright, I'm watching Netflix again here. Just had a nice little breakout, come back to VWAP. Kind of interesting, I guess the 9 on the 5-minute is right on top of price here. So I mean, I might have to wait a little bit for this to develop, but we just got our first test right now. Might be doing the same thing here again. Same situation, I mean, previous resistance kind of here too. Becoming support, so I mean it's at a pretty good level right now. Good volume on the breakout, low volume pullback. Can't ask for much else. But I do need it to give me a stop loss, because right now I don't have anything. And the whole number is really not a bad spot, but it's just kind of choppy around VWAP. It's just not ideal. So we came all the way back. Oh, jeez. See, VWAP's at 30. Now I'm breaking underneath the whole number. Ugh. Alright, nope, nothing here. Alright, well, Netflix is coming back here. It ended up closing above. And it's come back for a retest again here. I'm thinking that I still like this. And now it just closed underneath though. I need to see some kind of something, but I have a feeling my limit's just going to be too tight. I'm going to have to just deal with getting something a little worse. This looks like it's going to fail here. I mean, if it's totally going to fail, then obviously don't have anything. But we're really not losing 331 here. Here it comes, maybe. I'm gonna try it. Oh, come on. Oh, come on, man. Ugh. It's a nice candle close, good volume, just not getting filled. Just everybody's trying to step in. Oh, come on, dude. Everyone's trying to step in front of each other to get filled, and no one's getting filled. At least I wasn't. Maybe I'll be happy I didn't get filled, but so far it is not looking like it, and I'm not chasing. see some kind of micro pullback here that wants to hold. Can still be a good long. Man, that is annoying. Really low volume. I mean, now it's just not looking as good. I'm gonna have to leave it because cat is doing something here. So just failed that. Huh. And that's what we're getting stuck on here. I think ultimately it looks better for a long, but the 9 on the 5 minute is right here, and it's getting ready to drop down much closer. And it just dropped into the 90s. So now it's trying to break higher again. We've never had a failed break lower. We've only had 2 failed breaks higher. So what does that tell me? A decent little volume chunk there. Stop loss 55. I like this. I like it for a short. The SPY is uptrending, but cat just ultimately is looking weak still. So you're just kind of evening out. I mean, bulls tried to take it up pretty slow, failed. Just kind of going sideways here now. Plus we got the failed breakup. Oh, don't do it yet, man. I haven't had time to do anything. Yeah. Netflix is just sideways. It's not doing anything. Alright, well 500 is going to be way too big. I'm hoping it gives me a chance for a better entry here. I might not get one. Big buyer there at 125. This is absolutely an early entry situation where I can get small size. Just gonna kind of have to deal with it, really. 'Cause, I mean, it absolutely looks like it can leave without me. But this 125 is gonna keep holding it up. Then we're gonna have problems. Well, I made a tick underneath, and now it's getting bought back up again. So now we do have a failed breakdown. SPY's kind of flattening too. What do you even do about this? So we've had 2 failed breakouts, and we've had 1 failed breakdown. And we're seeing some big volume coming in right now on the failed breakdown. So does that mean that it's good long? I mean, the moving averages, I mean, just overall the price action just tells me it's not a good long. So I think I'm kind of stuck here. Just don't think I have a trade. Gotta wait until it's clean. But I guess again we're getting a failed break higher. this is what I want to see. I want to see some kind of VWAP test again. So we're at 37. There's 39. Alright, so we got it. Very slow. Not good volume on the breakout either. Could absolutely turn around here. I'm going for this. Stop loss is still going to be at that 55. I would like to see a break underneath the 75 before I start taking anything, because I know this 125 is going to be an issue. Best trades work immediately, so what are we going to do here? We need to turn down. That doesn't mean anything. Look at that. Super light volume on this downturn. I need to see something bigger. Coming back, I guess. Can't even draw these trend lines right anymore because they just don't make sense. Well, that's a good sign. I mean, that doesn't... Nothing really works anymore. Alright, now we're getting to the point where I can start looking to change my stop loss. Because we should absolutely be heading back towards this 125 level. Especially if we break underneath these 10s here and get back there. Come on, man, we gotta do something. I'll give it to just a little bit above VWAP. But now we're starting to get bought back up here. It's kind of weird candles. Each 5-minute candle we've had here is closing kind of in a upper end doji. Well, we're failing that 40 again. I might just make it. It seems just not ideal to change it without it having gone to VWAP yet. So let's see. I better have it in. Could add into this if I'm going to change my stop loss to make it tighter here. Because clearly we're getting struggling around 40. And if we keep failing around 40, I can get 500. Average cost of maybe 25 still. And I'm still only risking like 70 bucks. We're just not dropping. Yeah, even though it hasn't gone to VWAP yet, I'm gonna change my stop to 42. Is that hidden seller? Might be seeing something right now. Yeah, there it is. There's 48. Pretty solid move so far. That's pretty good volume breakout too. Yeah, I guess it just wants to go higher. Had to fake out a bunch of directions, but I mean, still it just doesn't look that good. I mean, the 9 EMA is just right on top of it. I mean, it practically just touched it right here. Pulled back off of it. Netflix definitely lost it. It's head lower. Okay, it ain't looking too good. It's gonna have to set up again. I'm not just shorting off of this because this is more bullish than bearish, so we'll just have to wait. Apple, pretty strong move. Lost it. Went sideways, curled lower, came underneath view, got bought back up. Pretty low volume on this attempt here. I think this one's a wait too. Okay, so the SPY is actually looking really good for a short around here. I got a bunch of variables going off in my favor. For one, it looks like there's a ton of selling going on right here. I would like to place my stop, looks like above 20. But I feel like that's a little too close. I think I'm actually going to start with 33. So, I mean, I'm really not able to get that big right now. But we're having a lot of trouble with this. Okay, we just ticked above. I would like to see it get at least somewhere above the whole number before we start doing anything. But I was thinking if we made a head and shoulders pattern from right around here, that we could continue going lower. Tick charts keep telling me that it's definitely bearish more than bullish. I think I'm just going to have to go with 200 shares here. Oh man, that was a terrible fill. I'm looking to take it out around 40. Ugh. Okay, got under it. I would like to add into this, but because my original entry is so poor, I don't really know if I'm gonna be able to improve my risk reward that much. Either way, that's a great start to the trade, absolutely. Alright, I'm going to have to change my... I don't want to say that. I am going to change my stop loss to above the whole number here. Just because of the poor entry, I would like to add around here. I mean, ultimately, I want to see this 263 really hold strong. But because of where my original stop was, I'm just kind of out of luck here. I'm gonna have to deal with it. It's just what it is. Just gotta deal with it. Very nice initial move though. Still looking at other FANG stocks to see if there's anything setting up. Apple's not that bad actually, but just something's off. It's not quite where I want to see it yet. It's had like failed attempted breakdowns. The main thing that I really like with the SPY right now is these tick charts. So we started to make a lower low here, another lower low on that push that we just had. Same here, but we just had these huge spikes. This one didn't make a new high day, but this one not even close. So I'm thinking we're absolutely still bearish here. If we hold under this 80, which kind of looks like we're doing here, that's the next spot besides the whole number to hold, so see what happens. It's just too bad, man. Should have just clicked the button in the 90s. Alright, make a new low. I think so. Oh. Within a penny. There it is. So I'll just put my order in. See if we can get filled. I'm looking to get out just because my entry is not that great. I wanna give it, or at least be given a chance for a better risk reward scenario to get a better entry, get a little bit bigger in size. Just because my entry is so poor, my risk reward is totally off right now. And no, I can't do it yet. Can't change the stop yet. I'm actually really curious if this gets filled. I'm wondering if they'll actually give me money, some kind of rebates for having a limit order so far away. Tick chart's still in my favor. Haven't seen any warning signs yet, so we're in this. Netflix actually looks really good for a long, but because I'm short the SPY and because the market looks pretty weak right now, I don't think it's a hot idea to be long in anything. So I think I need to stay away from that. Just want to look at it, just to look at it. So Netflix had a really nice breakout here. It's starting to hold above this 333. Just ticked underneath it below. I mean, it's just because of what the SPY is doing, I think. I'm just kind of out of luck, really. Oh, nice. I got filled on that 40. Alright, so I'm going to have to look for a possible setup later on there in the SPY. Because ultimately, I know it's going to be pulling back at some point. I mean, this 40 has just been struggled, 4 times here. So if we can get, some kind of consolidation around here, I'll look for the continuation of a breakdown, or if it wants to break down underneath this and pull back up to the 40s, start consolidating, that's a great spot to enter as well. Just gotta give it a few minutes here, so we'll see. Okay, so CAT is looking incredibly weak at the moment. The higher time frame, I mean, it doesn't get much better looking than that. So there's definitely looking for some kind of something up here around the 60. I think ultimately, if we get a test above 60 and it gets stuffed back underneath, probably into the low 40s, I'm looking to get in on this. That might be the only chance that I get right here. SPY is pretty strong at the moment, but I really like this. I really want to see a test in the 60s. I'm also worried it's not going to give me that test and it's just going to run without me. So depending on what we do here. Alright, there's 66. What are we going to do? We failing? We gotta get stuffed. High that 67. We just reached 65 and a half. So there was 70. So there's 69. So now we absolutely gotta test higher. I'm gonna go for 340 back in the 40s. I really hope we don't squeeze here. My god, that looks so good. Might just have to deal with having 85 as a stop. That might be what it's going for. Yeah, you know what? The SPY actually just turned pretty bullish. Tick charts made new highs, failed to make new lows. SPY's reclaiming the VWAP on really good volume again. Things might be turning around again, which really sucks because that is a phenomenal looking setup. I don't think I like Cat for any more longs though. Well, maybe that's not the right thing to say. Failed expectations lead to great trades. Clearly, plenty of other shorts thought it was great. And they all just got squeezed out right there, so. Wow. Okay, so change of plans here. Cat actually had that decent little squeeze. Came right back under pretty hard there, getting stuffed. Look at all that volume. It's just getting there right now. So what I'm thinking I want to do on this, it's kind of a weird spot though, because the SPY is actually starting to look more bullish. Things are starting to look a little more better to the long side here. Cat once again getting stuck at that 125. But regardless, I mean, we totally failed that up push there. We're already making a push lower here. I mean, 60 is definitely a good spot to look at for a stop loss, but we only came up there once. I'm not super confident in taking anything quite yet, but I definitely want to pay attention here. Still want some kind of pullback. SPY's kind of creeping up right now. Yeah, SPY's getting ready to move up again. Looks like it did hold VWAP. Netflix has just been an unbelievable player so far. It's like super respecting technical analysis right now. And Apple's blasting off. Yeah, things are looking pretty bullish now. Jeez, as soon as I open my mouth, then we get that. So now we're totally reversing here. Oh, I hate to just throw in 100 shares right here. It's just not. It's not the right time to do anything. Still need to wait. And Netflix is losing it. Okay, things are kind of losing it right now. We might actually be failing, wanting to head lower again. Would love to see another retest on Cat. Because Apple is failing to hold above VWAP right now. It's failing to break out higher. It's had 2 chances to get above 155, and it's just failing. Facebook's consolidating underneath VWAP. NVIDIA, Baba, Tesla, and Netflix have just been really strong, though. NVIDIA looks like it's getting ready to downturn, though. Netflix did downturn. Tesla, not so much. Baba, not so much. A lot of mixed signals still. I'm just waiting on Cat. See if we get anything. Tick charts did not reach a new high. but they have been making lower or higher lows. It's a really tricky spot here. Just gonna have to wait. Yeah, SPY's pulling back up. Oh man, I'm getting a ton of just back and forth here. Apple keeps looking like it's failing. Now it looks like it's strong again. Facebook looks like it's strong, and Netflix lost a level, but now it's getting back up and regaining it. SPY ultimately is regaining it again here, so it is pulling back up. And if the SPY is not gonna fail, so 15, 14, 15. If SPY's not gonna fail, I don't think CAT's gonna be too great of a short then, no matter what the technicals look like. I mean, we had that engulfing candle up, but now we got a huge engulfing candle lower. Nice little doji there. Good volume. I need to go for this. I have to. It is absolutely in my playbook. It is in everything. This is definitely a trade to hold on to as well. The longer the trap, the longer the trend. So if we do get underneath anything here, coming into the 30s. A little doji there. High 41. Okay. What else we doing? So 62 can definitely be a stop loss if we're not going to get up there. Kind of coming off it. Stuff back underneath. We are looking pretty good here. I think under 25 might be it. I'm going for this here. Oh, I got filled at 29. That's pretty good actually. Just 200 though, because ultimately my stop is going to be about 65 here. Yeah, I think 65. But I'm absolutely looking to add some more here if I get the chance. SPY's on an upturn right now, so it is looking like we might actually make that push. But I mean, it just looks great. Looks wonderful. SPY tried to get out. It's failing. Come back down. Let's see, I think I'm going to have to be worried about the $0.50. I'm probably going to have to be worried about the 75 too. I mean, that's just where we are. That's just what I'm going to have to deal with. Would love to see a new low a day, but I mean, you just never know. SPY is really trying. I think it just failed right there. Yep, it just ticked above out of this range here. Came back underneath. Gonna get ready to take 50 off. Just bothers me. I mean, it's not the best entry. It never really gave me my perfect entry, but the setup looks fantastic. And just looking at previous support, I'm just gonna have to. Looks like 80 actually. 77, 78. So I think profit target's going to be 80. So if we get underneath 80, that's what I'm taking some. And once again, just as we looked pretty bullish, now we're looking bearish again. FANG stocks are losing it. Failed breakout on Apple. Nvidia's finally downtrending. Facebook's still underneath VWAP. Pullbacks are fine. I'll hold. I will hold, but I won't hold past 60, 64, 65. So this would be the place to add if we start seeing any failure. Seeing a lot of volume growing here though. And this recent high was 52. So 52, so then I could change my stop if I wanted to probably upper 50s. Ooh, okay, we're going. Oh, come on, man. That wasn't even... Yeah, I guess it did. Stupid. It's alright. I can still get back in on this if it fails. So we just got a low of 4T. New stop would be at 68. So now it's 73, 74, 75. 300 is pretty big, but it's also giving me a really good risk reward here. So ultimately this thing could definitely come back down. I mean, that's pretty big volume on that squeeze, but if we don't see any continuation from it, which I don't think we are, yeah, we're back down. Seeing a lot of green. I am not seeing a lot of red. And that's not a great sign. I mean, the bid's dropping, but I'm not seeing any volume. So the SPY's pulling up here. We're not really seeing anything on CAT. Holy cow, we are back into it already. Well, I definitely missed my chance for the right entry again. Tell you what, maybe I just need to go for the break underneath the whole number. This pie is absolutely losing it here. What was that? I need a better entry. Oh, it just ticked below. just still looks so good for a short. Came back and we are now breaking down. I need this thing to give me a better entry. Alright, we're looking bearish again. At least on the SPY. I just should have waited from the very beginning, even before I took this. I told myself I needed to see some kind of test above. When we got it, I completely lost it. I mean, it just kind of sucks though, because it's already at the level that should be acting as support, and it is. So it's going to be turning up again. I'm not going to say the trade's over yet. I'll just have to come back to it, I guess. Alright, I'm looking at Apple here. SPY lost it, made a new low a day. It's just kind of coming back for a little pullback right now. Apple has refused to go any lower until right about now, so I'm thinking that there could definitely be a solid long play here. I'm hoping we don't just kind of charge right through here and break down. Would like to see a little bit of a pullback first, because the SPY is pulling back right now. I figured Apple could do the same. Everything seems to be curling lower. Tesla absolutely gave up. Netflix gave up. Baba gave up. Apple's the only FANG stock that I have that just hasn't given up yet. Looking for one more good trade here. I am really pissed that I missed the cat trade. Now, if anything, it's just looking like a failed breakdown. So, might have to wait a little bit more. Okay, so Apple is re-entering an area. Support here, resistance here, support here. Now, hopefully, resistance. We're kind of sitting around, just kind of hovering here, not really doing too much. Stop would be, oh, come on, 75, yeah, 76. Yeah, it's getting ready to go right now. Oh, didn't trigger. So 57, 57, so 56. 56, I think I'm in this. Alright, short 500. Stop loss will be above the 75 just to start here. We'll see if we can keep making these down moves here. Had a decent initial push here. The volume was really nothing super special, but I mean, it's just a perfect retest of the triangle. SPY looks like it's getting ready to make another low a day here, so that'll definitely help. So what is he? What do we gotta worry about? We gotta worry about the 20s. 25. Probably 35 too. Oh yeah, SPY's dropping here. I'm actually starting to get a little bit of mixed signals here, but first I just want to do a little quick recap of everything. So that was the 5-minute close. 5-minute breakout bar was really not that special, but just technical analysis looks great. Just the volume analysis isn't anything super special yet. 15's coming down, got an engulfing candle here. Attempted recovery. Let's just pull him back up again here. Yeah, with the SPY too. I gotta hold this one. There's no reason to move my stop up yet. But the tick charts are actually starting to look a little mixed signals again here. 3 failed attempts to move lower, starting to move higher. A little bit of step-ups here. So we might see some warning signs here on this one pretty soon. SPY did just attempt to make a new low a day, but it failed. Failed to break down. So I think we're just going to have to wait and see here. So let us just wait and watch. Okay.
Love you.
Love you. A little more of a drop here. And you see under 35 for sure. Still downtrending. Fang stocks still look weak. SPY still dropping. Certainly a reason to move my stop up now, because we should absolutely be following with this. And if we're not, well, then I don't need to be sitting around for forever. I think 67 is a good spot. High was 66. Give it a couple pennies. This isn't true. We did not make a new low, so this does not count as a new pivot low. So I think I still need to be holding on to this. It's just a complex pullback. So we started the pullback here, but failed to make a new low, so we're going to have to stick with the original. Is that 70, 77? Just eking closer. Well, that definitely should not happen during this trade, so exiting pennies in front of my stop loss is stupid, so we'll just have to see if we can get a little pull down here. I might be able to get a better exit. This doesn't really mean too much. Wow. And there it is. Wow, well, that's too bad. I don't know, Apple just couldn't do it, I guess. I don't know. I need to be done for the day though, so I'll come back in a minute. Okay, I'm watching Tesla here for some kind of something. It's definitely getting squeezed in between these moving averages, especially on the higher time frame as well. Things are looking more bullish than they are bearish, so I'm thinking that there might just be a decent squeeze above all of this. And on the other end, if there isn't a decent squeeze above all of this, then it could certainly just be a continuation of a downtrend here. So we just got the 200. The 200 hasn't really come into play at all, though. I guess until now it's acting as pretty good support, but at the same time we got the 9 coming down, squeezing it. I'm gonna go for this. Super quick scalp. I'm in, I'm out. I'm in. And at 38. See if we can get a decent pop here. This Tesla sell might take a little bit. But it definitely shouldn't take too long. SPY's got a pretty nice pop too. Yeah, under 292 I'm out. Come on. We're above the 9 on the 5. Sweet. Oh, dude. Well, maybe not sweet. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I don't know. That might have been a bad idea. I don't know. I thought because we're kind of getting stuck up there, thought I might have a decent little pop, but taking 17 cents off 250 shares isn't really gonna get me anywhere. So maybe I just should have waited and held on for another little squeeze and see what I could do. Because I could have gotten out around the 80s, but that's... I don't know. Is what it is, I guess. Okay, I'm going to call it for the day. I'm not really seeing too much. I mean, things are just kind of leaving view app. I really blew it on that Tesla trade. Should have only just recently exited on it, really. But things are looking bullish, but I mean everything's underneath view app, so nothing's looking super spectacular. So I just want to... How do I want to do this? I guess I'll just go up here. And now I do want to look at it on here. So we got cost basis. No. I got rid of it, and I can't remember. I can't remember which one it was that I got rid of. Maybe this is it. That's probably it. We'll put that in front of price. Alright, so took a decent loss on there. Cat took a bunch of losses on Cat. And then Tesla, man, that sucks. That Tesla, I took 42 bucks out of that. I'm surprised I took that much out of SPY though. Kitty, please. Alright, so big review. Plenty of trades on Cat. First was a really nice opening range play. I wasn't super thrilled about it, so I only took 100 shares. Just looking at it, I mean, it just completely looks overextended, so I didn't really know how much further we actually wanted to go if we ended up making that break. So I took 100 shares, risking about 80-90 cents. Ultimately, I wanted to go for around 150, but still, I mean, it made a decent move. It got within pennies of my profit target, and I just took some off, let the rest ride. Kind of let it consolidate. Maybe a little too slow on the last exit, but still wanted to give it that chance. Set up again. Looks like I actually longed it. So it had a nice curve, came right back up above, came underneath view app here. Looks like the moving averages did get underneath. I don't know, that's really not a pretty trade. I think I was just looking at it because of this level here. I was looking for this 125.40 to hold, and it wasn't, so I cut it off early. So I don't know. I see what I was trying to do, what I was trying to go for here. Kind of got that test underneath, and then I bought back as we recovered that first candle, but ultimately it didn't go anywhere, so I just cut the trade off early and only took 17 cents. So I pretty much covered this loss with my Tesla win, so that kind of evens it out. Whatever. Later on, ends up getting stuck underneath view app here. So this actually looked like a pretty good trade. Just not sure why it didn't do anything. So somewhat of a failed breakout higher. View app still holding this. What the hell was that? I don't understand why this chart has to keep moving every single tick that it does. So failed breakout higher, kind of coming back underneath, still consolidating underneath. Failed breakout lower, but at the same time we ended up ticking above this recent range. So I shorted in some 300 there with a stop around view app. Just kind of went sideways a little bit, ended up cutting it for 20-cent loser there above my before my stop loss, which I think that's fine. I think that was a good cover. Definitely saved myself some money on that one. You know, we're supposed to move. I mean, we had this failed breakdown here, and then after that, you know, waiting for the failed move higher, kind of got it. I mean, we ticked above, we broke out of the range, and then you see continually we're just failing to make any moves. So at that point, I know that I definitely need to get out earlier rather than later. So good on me for calling it on that one. And then easily the most disappointing thing of the day here was this cat trade. Was looking at it during this whole time. I was saying, you know, it'd be awesome to see a little test above this 65 for another short entry here. But I went for it a little early because we came up to view app, failed, closed right back underneath. I think the SPY at this time, let's see, 27. Yeah, SPY wasn't helping or hurting really, but stopped out above where I should be stopping out at. But I mean, the trade's not over. It's still a trap trader scenario, and I mean, over here I kept telling myself longer traps create longer trends, and that is just word for word exactly what happened. I mean, everything in this trade is exactly what I'm looking for. I couldn't pull the trigger, and I don't know why. I know I was trying to get like 300 shares or something, and I just kept moving away from my entry, and then I wanted to see a pullback, and then I wanted to see it fail that pullback. I just couldn't get it going, so I took the loss, and failed to re-enter. I think I took a full loss on that one and on the Apple trade. So Apple actually looked pretty good. Just really struggled. I mean, you see earlier in the day this 155's holding. We got above it, got back underneath again. Really just pretty much sideways. But eventually we broke down pretty hard. I think SPY made a new low a day on this candle here. So we got underneath, ended up having a decent little breakdown out from the triangle. Came back up, retested the trend line perfectly, and I was in on a short underneath the recent lows of these candles here. Had a decent move. I mean, you know, held where support should be holding. And then it pulled back, and I think at this point I was telling myself that I need to hold all the way until my stop to see if that holds, because this is a complex pullback. The reason it makes it a complex pullback is because we didn't make a new low right here. So that still leaves this pivot as the most recent high instead of this retest of the trend line here. I think that's a mistake, because at this time, so 1205, at this time the SPY had just come off a low a day, but the tick charts are actually telling me that it's not as weak as it once was, because that was this whole mess in here. You can see we're just kind of stepping up here, barely making new highs each time. So there really wasn't any reason for me to lose more than I need to. So I mean, I did really good cutting losses early on the day, but later on these FANG stocks I just couldn't do it, I guess. It was there though, the reason to get out was there. So the SPY trade was also really nice. Didn't get as good of an entry as I wanted to, but ultimately I was looking at it around here, and we made that little pop there, bounced off a view app, and I was like, alright, if we make like some kind of head and shoulders pattern here, this could definitely be a really good short. So just looking at the levels, resistance became support, kind of becoming something in here. It ultimately became resistance underneath the whole number. I really wanted to short this thing around mid-90s, but I waited too long and I ended up having to chase, and I got filled all the way down at 77. I mean, right at this previous candle low, previous pivot low, I guess. Had to deal with it though. I mean, it was a good trade, good volume, good everything, and I put my limit order into cover around that 40. Did exactly that. Waited for some kind of retest to see if I could get back in short on this thing, but just never got it. Came all the way back to these 20s though again for another possible setup, but I didn't go for it. I wasn't really looking to trade it at this time. I guess I was looking at something else. But there's definitely something here. Big engulfing candle, and then it just kind of lost it again. So yeah, there could have been something. And Tesla, huge run up, and then it just absolutely fell off a cliff. Came underneath view app. Came back pretty well though. Decent volume here. Kind of started chopping around, failing to make a new low. Almost like a rising wedge, rising triangle here. Thought there might be a decent short squeeze. I was right. There was a decent short squeeze, but it's slow. I mean, it's Tesla. You can tell them sometimes you're not even getting 10,000 shares traded a minute. I mean, I said it when I was in the trade. I was like, it's Tesla. It might take a while. But I put that stupid limit order in just because we were getting stuck at that 55. And I thought that, you know, this might be the turning point. It might not want to go anywhere else. Because on the 5-minute chart here, this 9 was going to be coming into play here. So we got above it into this 50. And ultimately, it just never turned back. I mean, it never really gave me a reason to get out other than I was just trying to cover the spread. And I mean, once it covered the spread, it just took off. Ended up, I mean, if I was still watching it somewhat afterwards, I mean, there was no reason to get out of this thing until at least the whole number. I mean, that win should have covered my losses for the day. So that's what, minus 250, 175. So I'm down like 130 bucks on the day. Obviously, due more from commissions, but I don't know. There was mistakes today, but I also did really well in a lot of things. You know, I covered those cat losses that seemed like they weren't going to work out that well. I spotted where I need to be entering in those half-size trades. Tesla, there was a situation here. I know there was one in Apple. There was one in Netflix. So, I mean, I'm seeing where I need to be doing it. You know, acting is just the next step. So, I mean, I'm not super disappointed in how today went. obviously there's plenty of trades that happened, plenty of situations where I could have gotten in on anything. Apple over here for that other just total drop off. Yeah, it looks like it's recovering now. So I don't know, got plenty to type up, plenty to write about, plenty to talk about, but not a terrible day. Definitely think I made improvements on today, so happy with that. And until then, I will be back tomorrow. Thanks for watching.